Stop 5.
Now on our left, we can see more clearly the Orphan School Hospital, now building EM. In the late 1840s, the decision was made to merge the male orphan school at Liverpool with the female orphan school that had been located right here on this site in Parramatta since 1813. To accommodate this merger, this hospital was purpose-built, along with new dormitories being added to the already existing female orphan school building, which we'll be seeing at the next stop. The hospital was a necessary addition to the growing school site, as numbers increased from around 170 in 1834, before the two schools merged, to over 250 in 1867. In this time period, illnesses such as measles, whooping cough and scarlet fever were relatively common, and they often required quite lengthy convalescence periods. In order to provide fresh air for recovering patients, verandas were built and located on both the ground floor and the upper floor levels. As mentioned previously, the upper floor was where the matron lived, as well as where the girls were accommodated, while the boys and the pharmacy were on the lower level. This segmentation of boys and girls was both symptomatic of the time and heavily enforced in practice. Not only were the areas of the hospital separated, but so too were all areas of the school, including bathrooms, classrooms, dining areas and, of course, dormitories. Indeed, it was noted that play areas were also separated by sandstone walls and high timber fences. If you look now to the right, the building you see is referred to as the Old School, or the Infants and Primary School. It was built in 1870, and for the next 17 years, it provided schoolrooms for the 250 children that were accommodated in the Protestant orphan school. At this time, it was divided in 3 sections, with the primary boys at the western end of the building, the primary girls at the eastern, and the infants department in the middle. The classroom layout included raised tiered seating on benches that were oriented to look down on the teacher. In 1888, when the Rydalmere Psychiatric Hospital opened and the Protestant Orphan School closed, the children who lived here were placed into foster care rather than other institutionalised orphanages. This building was still used, however, and in the early part of the 1900s, the second story was built to accommodate the growing number of patients that were housed on this site. Now, if you walk between buildings EM and EQ to the centre of the quadrangle between the female orphan school and the infants primary school,